Now for some remote start action.
Gloss black I think is gonna tie it all in. Like no joke, this is the view of a M4. Shit. I'm gonna call this thing the KM340i. I think I love this one way more than the old one. Alright fam, this week's shout out goes to my boy FW David. He's rocking the GT wing and the car looks sick, bro. I love it, especially the color scheme he's got going on. The black with the Nardo gray looks awesome. So remember, if you guys want to be shout out, all you have to do is submit some pictures of your car with the merch, or if you have any pictures with yourself repping the merch, send them my way. Send them to darkrisestore@gmail.com or send them to the Instagram darkrise, and that way you guys get shouted out in the next following videos. That's my way to say thank you to you guys who do support my boy FW David. Thank you for rocking the wing. The thing looks sick, bro. Now let's get to today's video. Otra vez, otro modification. Another modification, guys. So if you guys remember, I installed some down pipes, catless ones. The pipes I bought were for the rear wheel drive option, and this car is all-wheel drive, so the brackets underneath don't match. So this is what I'm talking about. This bracket is the all-wheel drive system. This option here is for the rear wheel drive, and I have an all-wheel drive. So what I'm gonna do, rather than cutting this piece off and moving it over here, I'm gonna keep it there since it doesn't touch or interfere with anything. Just in case I ever sell this to somebody else, they have the option to either cut off the all-wheel drive one or leave it as is if they have an all-wheel drive, so that way it applies to both. What the hell? This is probably what the rattling noise is. That makes so much sense, bruh. I'm just gonna add a bracket here. I'm gonna weld something on. So check it out. This is the bracket. Not the prettiest thing to look at, but it's gonna get the job done. The nuts have been welded on. We're pretty much tack welded, but here it is. Slides right into place, and just like that, just gotta weld here, here, and here. Obviously line it up, and we should be good. Same thing goes for this side. Just weld that area up. It's tied in and fixed. Literally sits perfectly. Once we get the welds on, it's gonna be good to go. Just like that, welds are done. Let me show you guys real quick how it turned out. How does that look? I'd say that's probably like $40 an hour. I'm just kidding. This is how it came out. What a difference though. It's not that bad though. Look at this bead. You could tell it's kind of it's not that good, but it's gonna do its job. No more rattle, no more noise. Check it out. Thing's solid, dude. But honestly, the reason why those welds didn't look that pretty is because look at the amount of space I have. I'd say this is probably like 1.5 feet of clearance. My shoulder mobility and my arms would just get fatigued from holding it up for like 2 seconds. I was shaking like crazy, so that's why those welds don't look that pretty. But yeah, I definitely need a lift, man. Look at this. Please close the doors.
I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors.
Go support your boy. Go to kdmbuilt.company.site and go get yourself something from the website. Something small like a jet tag helps support your boy. Even a $5 decal really helps the channel, because without you guys, videos like this are not possible. If you get yourself a wing, there is a current deal right now. If you get your wing, you get a free license plate frame, including a hat. That's only for this next 2 weeks. If you plan on getting one, time to do so is right now. So I gotta say thank you to those who actually go and get yourself some merch. So at this point, you're watching me sand down and get all the impurities off of the hood, because this hood is pretty cheap, man. This thing ran me like 450 bucks. Sand down all the impurities that were on it to get it as smooth as possible. There was so much pitting from the Bondo, so I had to add some Bondo, fill up the hole. I was gonna take it to a shop to get it painted, but after I got my third quote, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna just put a wrap for now, have it temporary, see how I like it. Now we're mocking it up, making sure the fitment is good. Tie it a little bit so we could still move it. But after about an hour of fighting it, we finally got the hood on. It's not perfect. It's a fiberglass hood from Carrot, I think it is. Honestly, this thing's cheap as shit. I literally had to drill the holes in for the rubber stoppers for the vibration dampeners. But dude, I think this thing, once it's wrapped, is gonna look good. I really want to paint match it, but a quote that I got for the cheapest was 600 bucks, but I doubt they're gonna be able to match the paint. But this hood's gonna make the car look like an M4, bro. So I'm gonna go take it to get it wrapped right now in gloss black. I got a guy to do it for $180. I think that's a pretty good deal. The brand that he's using is Cheetah Print. Gloss black, I think, is gonna tie it all in from the top to the front, especially with all this gloss black going on up here.
Now for some remote start action.
We made it. My boy Manny's gonna wrap it in gloss black. That way it matches the tinted window. We got the black grills, and then we got the black sunroof. So it's all gonna tie in together. I do want to get it paint matched, but like I said, it's gonna be pretty pricey to get paint matched. Ignore the steering wheel not being straight. I know I'm gonna see it in the comment section, but dude, it feels like I'm in a BMW, especially now that the hood scoop or the cowl shows. That thing looks so freaking sick, bro. Like, no joke, this is the view of a M4. Like, think about it. The display is almost the same. The vents are the only thing that looks different, this part here. But the hood scoop, the way the hood's designed just makes it match just like how an M4 view would be. But I just saw a stock Kia Stinger drive by. I wonder if stock owners who are not into modifying their cars, like a stock Stinger, sees mine and they know it's a Stinger, or they're confused as to what kind of car this is. And just like that, the hood is done. But dude, just look at this thing. The car looks so freaking good, bro. I think the GTS hood is the best hood option for the Stinger. It's not too much. It looks like an OEM Plus style hood. The Sibon hood looks obviously aftermarket. The other hood I had on the old Kia Stinger was obviously aftermarket. The only other hood I could think of is getting an OEM style hood that's in carbon fiber. But then again, carbon fiber, I hate it. People who are not in the car community see carbon fiber and they just think it's a piece of the car that was not painted. I'm gonna call this thing the KM340i B58 wannabe 3.3 twin turbo Panamera Stinger, bro. Or what other hood do you think would go with the Kia Stinger? This is probably the best hood that's suited for the Kia Stinger. The Kia Stinger, like I said, was created by a BMW. The actual designer for the M4 designed the Kia Stinger. Now, should I leave it in gloss black or should I get it paint matched? If any of you guys know anybody near OC in Riverside that's good at paint matching but not too expensive either, I want to have the cheapest built Kia Stinger GTS in the world. Up next is installing the M style mirror caps. This car is for sure gonna be a wannabe BMW. So the mirror caps are here. Let me show you guys real quick. Remember, you could buy these mirror caps at kdmbuilt.company.site, and here they are. They're literally OEM Plus. They bolt in, they're not glued on, they're not 3M taped on. These are literally OEM Plus spec. As you guys know, the GTS comes with carbon fiber mirror caps, but they're basic. They're literally just the OEM design, just in carbon fiber. And look, they're already turning yellowish brown, and I hate that about carbon fiber. That's why I'm going with these mirror caps, but they have an M style design, the ox horn style. So with the GTS hood, that's literally a replica of a BMW hood. And then we're gonna have replica mirror caps. This thing is gonna look sick. So remember, these are direct replacement. So the fitment is identical. So the way it works is there's two screws, one on top and one on the side. And all you do is simply push out. We'll first remove the screws and then push out. This thing will fly out. Shit. They're very easy to remove, honestly. Don't be intimidated. Mirror caps are one of the most easiest mods to do. I used to be intimidated, but if you know how to use a Phillips head screwdriver, or if you know how to use a flathead, you're capable of doing this. All right, I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is. Simply, all you need is one of these. You could get these on Amazon. I'm sure if you've ever ordered some vinyl, they've sent you one of these pieces. One part I forgot to tell you will need is either one of these needle, or you could use a small flathead just to poke out and help push this push pin connection out. Set this aside, just make sure you don't bend these tabs here, and you should be good to go. Up next are, I think, 2 screws. You can use a gun if you want. And I saw this on a YouTube video. Shit, it does work. I didn't think it would work, but it works. Just don't do that to your own, just in case you want to put them back on. This one was pretty damaged already, so I don't really care. I might do a giveaway with these if anybody wants them. The other side is pretty dinged up since this car is a salvage vehicle, but this right side is still okay. Just definitely now will need to be buffed. So remember, these are direct OEM replacements. So there's literally like identical. They're perfect fit and flush as well. Make sure you line up the tabs. You don't want to break a clip. Just like that. And then once you know you're exactly where you need to be, all you're gonna do is just press it in. Just like that. Screw it back on. Oh my God, bro, this thing looks sick. Hell yeah, baby. The vision is almost complete. The exterior now is all tying in, the hood getting done, the mirror caps. There's a couple more exterior components that need to be done to get it to where I want it to be, but for now this is nearly perfect. Tell me, have you ever seen a GTS to this extent? Now, there are GTS out there that are fast, and I'm talking about my boy Peaches. He's got one of the fastest GTS out there. Stinger GTS 254 is killing it. He, I think, has the fastest Stinger out there, but for sure Stinger GTS, like, period. His thing is insane. I want to get mine to that level. His car is fast, bro. I would love to line him up and put a stock GTS versus his super modified GTS. And I'm talking about modified to the point where he did the head studs, bro. Like, most people just get to the point of just doing the HKS spark plugs, and he actually did the head studs. That's insane. I've never seen a Stinger go to that extent, but it's definitely needed when you're pushing high boost. Let me show you guys how stock the Stinger is real quick. Look at that. I actually took it to a car wash and sprayed it with that car wash soap, and it came out pretty clean. I like it. It was pretty dirty and dusty, and now it doesn't look that bad. It looks better than what it was before. But look at that, stock, bro. The only thing here is the catch can, but that's pretty much it. There's nothing done to it. I literally took off the engine air intakes and put the stock ones back on because I had to do smog. But Oh yeah, and then I forgot, I also did the blow off valve mod. If you guys want to go see a video on that, this thing chirps like crazy. There is no need for a blow off valve. I think the blow off valves are the biggest placebo bullshit mod that you could do to vehicles. Well, for the Stinger, because the Kia Optima with the blow off valve mod that I did to it, it actually sounded like a GTR. This one's, you can't get it to that point because turbo surge on these, you'll instantly blow your turbos up. But I believe we're gonna be going with KSR for all the mods. It's gonna be the SoCal's fastest Stinger. What the? Literally a Stinger just drove by. I wish he saw us. This Stinger, the goal is to be SoCal's fastest. That is the angle. The most I've seen, I think, is 540 horsepower out here in SoCal. And that dude has been MIA since. You guys could guess who tuned his car. Basically, I don't want to go that route. I don't want this thing to blow up. And my other car, the K5, was tuned by KSR for years and a bunch of miles. I put over 120,000 miles on the Kia Optima, and the car's motor was healthy as shit. Every oil change, the oil was perfect, no issues, no flaking. And that car, we were beating the shit out of it. I wasn't driving it daily because SoCal is pretty hectic on modded cars, but that pop and bang tune, man, everywhere I was going, I was just blowing flames, bro. You can ask my boy Evan. He has a video on me just shooting flames, bro. We were shooting mad flames. I thought the motor was gonna blow. I didn't really care. I was like, if the motor blows, who cares? It costs like $3,000 for a new motor. So I was like, fuck it. If it blows up, it'll be cool content. We never got it to blow up. But when I was running some other guy's tuner, I had the tune on for like a couple months, I think 2 months at most, and that shit took a shit like instantly. I was on my way to a car meet, and on the way there, all you hear is pop, 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 rod knock. I get to the car meet, everybody's staring at me because they're like, yo, what the hell's wrong with this guy's car? And I didn't hear it until I got there. Once I noticed people staring and looking over, I put my music down, I put my windows down, and I heard that rod knock, and I was like, no, please don't tell me what it is. I had to drive it back home, and on the way back, that shit just exploded, shot the rod through the bottom, oil everywhere. Had to get AAA to come pick your boy up and then get that car sent over to, no, actually first I got it sent over to the house because I had to take off all the engine mods, and then I got it shipped over to Kia, and obviously everything was warranted because if you take it modded, they're gonna void that shit for sure. Look at that thing. Hell yeah, dude. Hood, mirror caps, and wing. I think it's all tying in, but the vision is not done. There's a couple stuff, like the next thing I do want to do is add the black pinstripe at the bottom. I've seen another Stinger GTS with it. Hey, thank you. And I saw another Stinger with it. It looked pretty sick, so I was like, I think I have to do it. With all this gloss black going on, I think it would match and it'll suit perfectly. I think I love this one way more than the old one. Imagine with a wide body kit. Should we do that? I don't know. Comment below. Should we wide body this Stinger? I feel like it's too much. We got my boy Regnit 3.3 with the wide body. My boy Brandon, his looks insane, and his is also orange. I want to put them side by side so we could see a heavily modified Stinger with a wide body in orange versus a GTS stock body. But hit up your boy on Instagram because these wheels are soon gonna be up for sale. The Sybin hood as well, because I love this hood way more over the Sybin one. This thing just looks way more OEM plus. The Sybin one is too ricey for me. That thing is too race car-ish. This car is not even that fast. It's a stock Kia Stinger. They are fast, but not as fast compared to what is up on the streets now. Dude, there's people dailing cars that are like 700 horsepower, which is insane. Back then, that was like what? Like that was just like a, in comparison, that would be like a car pushing 1,500 horsepower a couple years ago. But yes, those wheels and the hood are going to be up for sale. Not this one, but the Sybin one. But that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please go hit the like button. Also subscribe. Don't forget, hat, Get Stung merch is all available on the site, so go support your boy. Without you guys supporting and purchasing stuff, it makes it hard to make these type of videos because you guys know parts are expensive. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.